The air has changed. You can feel it, can't you? That subtle, profound difference in the texture of your reality. It is not something you manufactured, not something you fought tooth and nail for. It is the inescapable feeling of a fundamental, irreversible event that has just taken place within the deep structure of your being. This is not a message of hope or potential. This is a broadcast notification of a quantum certainty. The timeline of striving, the exhausting path of the seeker, the constant, draining battle to manifest something from nothing, that entire paradigm has been rendered obsolete. Your striving was the resistance. Your effort was the friction. And in the zero-point field of time, your ultimate perfected future self just made a singular, powerful, and defining move. Your future self just triggered the fastest quantum shift. This event, which I am calling the nonlinear collapse event, is the ultimate fulfillment of the Wheeler-Feynman absorber theory, proven through the indisputable evidence of the quantum delayed choice experiment. It is not spiritual metaphor, it is the physics of consciousness. It is the principle that an act of observation in the future instantaneously and retroactively solidifies the reality of the past. Your future self, residing in a state of absolute, realized victory, just cast its laser beam focus back through the corridor of linear time, and in that instant, every alternative timeline, every substandard probability, every version of your life riddled with doubt, struggle, and limitation, collapsed into absolute nothingness. This is why you feel that peculiar disorientation lately. You may feel a deep, illogical peace mixed with a quiet confusion, a certainty that defies your current circumstances. You have been misinterpreting the evidence. You thought it was a sign of complacency or denial, or maybe even simple exhaustion. But what you are experiencing is the seismic aftershock of a cosmic checkmate. It is the neurological and energetic system recalibrating to the frequency of a new, finalized, and vastly superior reality that has just become your default setting. You are not building a bridge to your future self anymore. You are not pushing a rock uphill. You are not waiting for an arrival. You are the arrival. The shift is complete. The future you desired is no longer a goal. It is a memory. To fully grasp the magnitude of this event, we must revisit the most powerful, yet ultimately limiting metaphor of the old paradigm, the cosmic chess game. For years, you were taught to see yourself as the pawn, the striving, limited piece on the board, forced to strategize, to fight, to make painful, incremental moves. You were told that to manifest, you had to focus your limited, present-moment consciousness to try and collapse the right wave. This created immense effort, friction, and resistance. You were fighting a battle with incomplete information, trying to force a win from a limited perspective. This was the era of struggle, the energy of the cosmic pawn trying to checkmate the king. It was exhausting, but your future self was never on the board with you. It exists outside of linear time. It is the Grandmaster holding a complete, holistic view of the entire game. Every move, every potential outcome, every single timeline branching into infinity. And it did not need to play the game. It simply identified the single, perfect sequence of moves, and in a singular, powerful act of observation, it arranged the pieces for the final winning position. That arrangement, that final move, was the nonlinear collapse event. It was an act of observational power so coherent, so absolute, that it didn't just influence the probability field. It collapsed the entire game board. All the timelines where you struggled, where you nearly gave up, where you failed, they have been retroactively dissolved. They are quantum ghosts. This is why your old methods of manifestation suddenly feel heavy and obsolete. You were trying to force a door open that the Grandmaster had already removed from its hinges. You were trying to move a piece that had already been placed in its final, victorious position. The pressure to win your own reality has been removed. The shift is not about you pushing to create the new reality. The shift is about you integrating the victory that has already been secured for you. To integrate, we must understand the architecture of the reality that has just been finalized. At its core, the universe is not a collection of fixed things. It is a field of infinite shimmering potential. This is quantum superposition. Every version of you, the one struggling, the one triumphant, the one experiencing lack, the one living in unbound abundance, coexists simultaneously as a wave of pure probability. The only thing that transforms this infinite wave into a single, fixed, tangible experience, a particle, is the act of observation. This is the observer effect. The tragedy of the old paradigm was that we relied on our present moment consciousness, our limited, flickering candle flame, to make the choice. The miracle of the nonlinear collapse event is that your future self made the observation from the position of perfected, realized alignment. Its consciousness is a laser beam of pure focused certainty. Its gaze back through time was so powerful, so absolute, that it did not just collapse a wave, it collapsed the entire suboptimal field. Its observation of your perfected reality is so final, so certain, that it becomes the only particle left in the field. The game is already won. The single, ultimate timeline has been locked into your experience. Your old method of operating, of trying to transmit a signal of desire, is over. Your new work is no longer creation. It is reception. It is about calibrating your entire nervous system to pick up the triumphant broadcast that your future self is already sending at full power. The only thing left to do is tune in. The exhaustion you felt was your signal. It was the resistance you feel when you push against an object that has infinitely more mass than you do. That object was the finalized decision of your own ultimate consciousness. You were arguing with your own victory. The era of argument is over. The era of reception has begun. The shift is not a gradual process. It is a definitive, instantaneous event. And it leaves undeniable evidence in its wake. It leaves echoes. If this message feels like a direct, personal notification for you, a deep somatic confirmation of a truth you have sensed but couldn't name, like, share, and subscribe to this channel now. It signals you are receiving this universal broadcast. It acknowledges the transmission and anchors this new reality for the collective. We have established the fact of the nonlinear collapse event. The future you desired is secured. But for the human mind, which is deeply rooted in linear time, an internal shift of this magnitude requires external validation. You need proof. Like any great physical event, this quantum shift has left distinct residual signs and energetic symptoms, what we call quantum echoes. These are not problems you need to solve. They are receipts from the universe proving the transaction is complete. You have been feeling these things, but you have been misinterpreting the data. You have been reading the victory receipt as an invoice for a problem. Let's correct that interpretation now. Here are the 3 most common, most undeniable signs that the future self-collapse protocol has been completed for you. Listen with your body, with the knowing in your cells, because you have been experiencing these. Echo 1. Profound apathy towards old desires. The first sign is a strange, sudden neutrality towards the very things you were desperately chasing, praying for, and trying to force into manifestation just weeks or even days ago. The career goal that consumed you has now gone quiet. The relationship you yearned for now seems less urgent. The financial target that kept you awake at night has lost its emotional charge. The frantic energy of the chase dissolves. The old paradigm programming, the spiritual ego, immediately labels this a crisis. It screams, "You are losing your passion. This is depression. Your drive is gone." That is the obsolete interpretation. What you are feeling is not the absence of passion. It is the presence of fulfillment. Your entire energetic body, your nervous system, has received the notification from your future self that the underlying need behind that desire has already been met in the finalized timeline. The hunt is over. The prize is secured. The energetic signature of wanting is predicated on the foundational belief of not having, a frequency that is now entirely obsolete within your newly stabilized field. You cannot desperately want what you already, on a quantum level, possess. This is not depression. It is completion. It is the echo of a prayer already answered. You didn't lose your drive. You arrived at the destination. Echo 2, synchronic chaos. This is the most misunderstood of the echoes, the one that trips up even the most seasoned spiritual seekers. Just as the internal peace begins to settle, your external world may erupt in a sudden, temporary storm of disruption. A long-term relationship abruptly ends. A stable job suddenly becomes untenable. The very foundations of your old life begin to crack and tremble. The old programming screams, "Everything is falling apart. I did something wrong. I am off my path." This is the most profound illusion. What you are witnessing is not a demolition. It is a divine and rapid deconstruction. The scaffolding of the old, collapsed timelines must be cleared away to make space for the unshakable architecture of the new one. The universe is not punishing you. It is profoundly efficient. It will not allow elements, a person, a career, a location, a belief system, that are out of tune with your secured future to linger. They are being rapidly, sometimes brutally, dismantled. These are not things falling apart. They are things falling into place. This chaos is the sound of old probability waves shattering against the impenetrable certainty of your finalized timeline. The universe is acting as a cosmic demolition crew, clearing the rubble of a reality that is no longer yours. Each crack in the old foundation is a space for the new to emerge. This is the most loving, powerful act of energetic hygiene the universe can perform on your behalf. It is absolute proof that your new world is arriving so quickly that the old one literally cannot get out of the way fast enough. Echo 3, the pervasive illogical calm. This is the most critical sign. This is the carrier wave of your new reality. Amidst the internal apathy for old goals, amidst the external synchronic chaos, you feel a deep, abiding sense of peace that makes no logical sense. You might be facing financial uncertainty, but deep down, you feel a sense of provision. A relationship might have ended, but underneath the surface grief, there is a quiet knowing that all is well. Your mind scans your circumstances for a reason for this calm and finds none. It tries to dismiss it. It's just numbness. It's denial. It's the calm before the next storm. It is none of those things. This calm is the core frequency of your finalized timeline, broadcasting directly from your future self into your present moment nervous system. It is the somatic feeling of the words, "It is finished." This piece is the single most potent piece of evidence because it is not contingent on any external condition. It is the unshakable truth of your alignment, reverberating back through the corridor of time. It is not a lack of feeling. It is the presence of absolute certainty experienced at a cellular level. It is the resonant hum of your new reality. It is the anchor. Everything else can be in flux, but this piece is the constant. It is the background radiation of your victory. Apathy towards old desires, synchronic chaos, and an illogical, pervasive calm. These are not problems to be solved. They are confirmations to be celebrated. They are the post-operative symptoms of a profound quantum healing. Look back over the last few weeks. The evidence has been all around you. You are not going crazy. You are arriving. It is time to move beyond intellectual conviction. We must embody the result. This is the moment where we move this from an idea in your mind to an undeniable reality vibrating in your cells. Because an idea can be challenged, but a felt experience becomes your truth. Your task now is not to tune into the frequency of the new reality. It is to become the broadcast. I invite you now, if it is safe for you to do so, to gently close your eyes. Take a deep, slow breath in, filling your lungs completely. And as you exhale, release the day. Release the thoughts. Release the identity of the person who has been trying and striving and waiting. Let it all go. With another breath, allow your body to become heavy, anchored to this present moment. Feel the floor beneath you, supporting you completely. You don't have to hold yourself up anymore. You are held. Now bring your awareness to the space around you. In this quiet space, I want you to sense the faint, powerless echoes of old fears and limitations. Feel the hollow ghost of the collapsed timelines. They might feel like a faint static in the air, a whisper of an old anxiety, a shadow of a belief that you are not enough. Do not fear them. Do not fight them. They have no energy of their own. They are just residual data from a system that is no longer online. They are memories of a game that has already been won. See them for what they are: hollow, faint, obsolete. Now take one more deep, intentional breath. And as you exhale this time, with the full force of your conscious will, watch as all of these ghosts, all of this static, all of these shadows dissolve into absolute nothingness. They cannot exist in the light of your presence. They were never real. Only your awareness is real. And in this silence, in this pristine inner space you have just created, we will now connect. Connect with your future self, but not as a distant, separate being you are reaching for. No, that is the old way. I want you to experience your future self as the core intelligence that is looking through your eyes right now. The silent witness hearing these words. It is the stillness behind your thoughts. The deep abiding peace beneath the surface of any emotion. This is not something you have to create. It is something you simply have to recognize. It has always been here. Feel into that presence. Feel its absolute certainty. Feel the profound, unshakable peace that comes from knowing the outcome, from having already lived the victory. This version of you isn't hoping for a good outcome. It is broadcasting the frequency of the outcome already achieved. Breathe that in. Let that profound peace wash over your entire nervous system. Allow it to soothe every frayed nerve, to calm every racing thought. This peace is your birthright. It is the fundamental frequency of your true nature. Stay with it. Let it settle deep within you. Now, from this place of deep connection, ask a question. Not with your mind, but with your heart. Silently, within your being. What does my aligned reality feel like? Do not look for an answer in words. Your only job is to receive. Listen with the cells of your body. What is the feeling that arises? A sense of expansion? A warmth? Lightness, freedom, profound safety? A deep resonance of purpose? Don't name it yet. Just feel it. This is it. This is the frequency. This is the signal you are no longer just tuning into. This is the signal you are becoming. This feeling is a memory of your future. And now we anchor it. With your next breath, I want you to pull that feeling into every single cell of your body. Imagine this frequency as a liquid golden light. You are drawing it up from the core of your being, flooding every part of you. Feel it saturate your feet, your legs, your torso. Feel it flow down your arms and into your hands. Feel it rise up your neck and into your head, illuminating your mind with its pure, certain light. Every atom is being recalibrated to this new reality. You are remembering it. This is your new energetic baseline. This is your home frequency. Take a final deep breath, locking this feeling into your physical form. It is done. It is anchored. Very gently, begin to bring your awareness back to the subtle sounds of the room around you. When you are ready, and only when you are ready, slowly open your eyes. Hold the one word that defines the core frequency of this new finalized reality. It is your anchor. You have embodied the new frequency. You are no longer a seeker. You are an integrator. A seeker looks for something that is missing. An integrator organizes a reality that is already present. One operates from lack, the other from wholeness. This requires a fundamental shift in identity and a new set of instructions, a new operating manual. The old manual was about striving, forcing, and creating. This new manual is about discerning, allowing, and receiving. This is your manual. This is the new methodology for living in the already secured victory. Tool 1, the timeline filter. The timeline filter is your primary interface with the quantum field. It is not an act of mental warfare. It is not about suppressing negative thoughts. That is the struggle of the chess piece trying to move itself. The new paradigm is an act of serene discernment. You are simply observing a thought, a feeling, an old story, or an impulse as it arises. And as it arises, you ask one simple, non-judgmental question. Does this belong to my collapsed timeline or my current, aligned one? That is all. You are not fighting it, you're identifying it. An old thought of I'm not worthy bubbles up. You simply hold it, observe it, and ask the question, does this thought frequency belong to the reality that my future self has already secured? The answer, felt in your body, will be a clear and immediate no. It feels dense, heavy, outdated. It has no resonance with the calm certainty you now hold. Once identified, you label it obsolete data. That is the label. Not bad, not wrong, simply obsolete. Like a file on an old computer that is no longer compatible with the new operating system. You don't get angry at the old file. You simply recognize it as such and decline to run the program. By labeling it obsolete data, you strip it of its emotional power and its perceived relevance to your current reality. You see it for what it is, a quantum echo, a ghost from a timeline that no longer has jurisdiction over your experience. Then, you let it pass. No drama, no story, no engagement. You are the silent, sovereign space through which this obsolete data is now passing into oblivion. A worry about the future appears. Does this belong to my aligned timeline? No. The aligned timeline is one of absolute certainty and provision. This worry is obsolete data. A feeling of impatience arises. When is it going to happen? Does this question belong to my aligned timeline? No. In the aligned timeline, it has already happened. This impatience is obsolete data. You are no longer a victim of your thoughts. You are the calm curator of your frequency, effortlessly sorting the signal from the noise. Tool 2, the frequency anchor. While the filter helps you discard what is obsolete, the anchor instantly reconnects you to what is real. In the previous exercise, you found one word that defined the core frequency of your new reality: peace, freedom, abundance, certainty. That word is not just a concept. It is a command. It is a resonant key that unlocks a specific physiological and energetic state within your body. It is a direct line to your future self's broadcast. When you feel yourself drifting, When the noise of the collapsing timelines gets a little loud, you don't need to fight your way back. You simply activate the anchor. Close your eyes for just a moment. Bring that word to your mind. Now, don't just think the word, feel it. Inhale it. Let the actual feeling, the pure frequency of that word, fill your entire nervous system. Let it cascade from your brain down your spine and into every cell. This is not visualization. This is remembrance. You are reactivating a state of being that is already your true nature. Feel the shift. Notice how your posture changes. Notice how your breathing deepens. Notice how the frantic energy dissolves and is replaced by a profound, grounded calm. That word is your shortcut. It is your emergency broadcast signal that overrides all lesser frequencies. Use it when you wake up to set the tone. Use it before a difficult conversation. Use it when you feel the old static creeping in. It is your immediate recalibration tool. The anchor does not pull your future reality to you. It tunes your present self to the frequency where that reality is the only possibility. Tool 3. The practice of receiving. The final tool moves you from an internal state to an external practice. The old paradigm was obsessed with goal setting, which is at its core a declaration of lack. This is the ultimate way to align with your future self. Stop looking for what is missing and start documenting what is already here. Your new practice is not goal setting. It is evidence gathering. Each morning, you will set one simple intention. Today, I will notice 3 pieces of evidence that my aligned reality is already manifesting. Then you go about your day as the observer. You are a detective looking for clues of a crime that has already been solved. And you will find them because you are now training your entire perceptual apparatus to filter reality for confirmation, not for lack. The evidence will be subtle at first. A song on the radio with a message you needed to hear. An unexpected compliment. Finding a parking spot right at the front. Do not dismiss these. These are the first ripples. These are the quantum echoes proving the new timeline is solidifying in your physical world. Write them down. Keep a log. An evidence journal. What you focus on expands. By focusing on the evidence, you amplify its signal. You are actively participating in the anchoring of this new world. You move from anxiously waiting for the big manifestation to joyfully collecting the small proofs that it is already done. This practice rewires your brain for gratitude and receiving, turning you into a powerful magnet for more and more evidence. You are no longer chasing a future. You are allowing it to reveal itself to you moment by moment. These 3 tools, the timeline filter, the frequency anchor, and the practice of receiving, are your new operating system. This is not a one-time fix. This is a new way of being. This is the conscious work of an integrator. Your goal is simple: to spend more and more of your conscious moments operating from this aligned frequency. With practice, you will move from 10% to 70% until it becomes your default state. You are no longer building a bridge to a new world. You are simply learning to live in the home that has already been built for you. You now understand the protocol. You recognize the signs of its completion in your own life. You have the tools to integrate this new reality. You are no longer pushing against the current of collapsed timelines, but flowing with the irresistible gravity of the one that has been secured for you. The alignment has been achieved. The primary mission is complete. You have arrived. But this profound personal victory was never the final destination. It was the qualification. It was the entry point into a role you have been preparing for across lifetimes. This personal alignment is the key that unlocks something far greater. A function that extends beyond the boundaries of your individual experience and into the very fabric of the collective quantum field. A single powerfully aligned consciousness does not simply add its light to the whole, it multiplies it. A single stable timeline anchored firmly in the present by an awakened integrator, like you, has a disproportionately powerful effect on the entire quantum field. Your stability creates the potential for stability in others. Your peace is not a private treasure. It is a broadcast. Your certainty is a lighthouse for the entire fleet. You have become a node in a newly forming cosmic network, a network of awakened beings who have completed the future self-collapse protocol and are now anchoring a new coherent reality for this planet. Your aligned reality is not an isolated island of peace. It is a powerful transmitter, and its signal is now being received. The mechanism that connects you to this network, the physics that allows your personal victory to become a collective one, is quantum entanglement. In the subatomic world, when two particles become entangled, measuring the state of one instantly influences the state of the other. The information is shared non-locally, instantaneously. This is the physics of consciousness. Your newly stabilized timeline is quantumly entangled with every other stabilized timeline on the planet. When you anchor your peace, you are non-locally and instantly offering that resonant frequency to every other node in the network. You are not just upgrading your world. You are upgrading the world. This is not a metaphor. It is the mechanics of a collective shift. Now that you know your alignment is secure, can you feel the subtle call to a greater purpose that this stability now makes possible? This is the next horizon of your journey. Subscribe and activate all notifications. Do not mistake the magnitude of what you have accomplished. Your personal victory was never just for you. It was a critical mission you completed for the whole. It was your note in the symphony. And now it is time to play it in concert with the others. Welcome to the new reality, and welcome to your new role within it.